Hi, my name is Silantro, and this is the next episode of XIAOYU Nanigans. And as you can see in the thumbnail, this is called XIAOYU Nanigans Plus now because I did a survey maybe like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and I asked there that I want to increase the number of the moves that I will be discussing with the Shenanigans. And why I am doing that is because this series is taking too long, and we will be done in like a year after this is going to be done. So I decided to increase the number of moves that I will be discussing. So for this episode, I will go for df1, and this one has a lot of uses. Okay, so first, this is a 14 frame startup move. On hit, it's +9. If you still want to be in the neutral position, then hold your DF, but you will have a plus advantage of 7. On block, DF1 is at -2. But if you're holding your DF, then it's going to be a much bigger disadvantage, which is -4. Now, the first usage of this is it's a high crush. So I recorded the enemy Xiaoyu doing this. Now, after blocking the 1, we will be using our df1 as late as possible in this video so you can see that it crushes. See? It's a very good high crush and it's actually fast. So if you want to see the importance of a high crush, this is how it will look like. And that was Jack 8's guard break, which you can definitely do your df1. But take note that while in the stance, it will be a power crush, okay? So if, for example, you duck the Gamma 2, let's say the Jack 8 will do his Heat Smash. Now, those were exact times, but I'm showing you the importance of a high crush. By the way, with the previous video, I think DB2, I forgot to mention that it's also a high crush. Okay, so take note of that. In my playstyle, I don't use df1 that much in vanilla form, but I mostly use it after a jab. So if, for example, my jab gets blocked or successfully hits, then that's when I will do the df1. Why? Because a jab gives you a +1 advantage on block and a +8 advantage on hit. That's +1. That's +8. So what will happen is, if my jab gets blocked, then my df1 will be at 13 frames. And if my jab successfully hits, then my df1 will be at 6. So this is basically how I use it. Just use a jab and then go for df1. Again, your df1 high crushes. So if they jab check, then they will get hit by it. Now this move hits you when you sidestep at the foreground. So let's try that. But it can be sidestepped in the background. Now the last thing that I will share you about df1 is when you are at the back of your enemy and you do your df1, just a plain df1, you'll be in RDS, right? Now the second that you hit the enemy with df1 behind them, go for RDS because that will forever be guaranteed. So it's like this. But if you are a Xiaoyu, then you can parry that with your B1+3. Right? Now, if you know that the enemy Xiaoyu knows that, then it's either that you go for a Kali roll or delay your RDS4, whatever you want. There you go. Now, I will be showing you clips on how I use df1 when I am at the back of the enemy and why it is important. So I'll see you in the next move and enjoy the montage. Now, the next move that I will be discussing is forward, forward, 4. And on hit, you will have so many things going on, so you need to know what to do with each situation. Now, without a wall and on hit, you will be at plus 13. And you will automatically go to Hypnotist. You can't do anything about it. Now, on counter hit, it will become a launcher, and you are still forced to go to Hypnotist. Now, on block, this is going to be a different story. This move will deal chip damage on block. You will be at plus 9, and you are still forced with the Hypnotist stats. Now, on a wall, this will become a plus 15 advantage. Why is that important? Remember that when Xiaoyu is in heat, you will have an additional Hypnotist step automatically. So, 1 step is minus 4, 2 steps is plus 5, and 3 steps is also plus 9. If you are on a wall and you are in heat, all you need is 1 step after the ff4 for it to become a 3-step hip 2. Now imagine you'll have plus 15 with ff4, and then with the 3-step hip 3, you will have this much plus frame advantage. I'll show you what I mean. So plus 15, 1 step. There you go. So you can see your pluses. You are at plus 15. Then because of the 3-step hip 2, you'll be back with plus 24. So that means, since this one is a 20 frame startup move, you can actually go for it again. So this is actually a big deal if you want to pressure the enemy on a wall. And I forgot to mention that this one will deal 2 instances of chip damage. Like that. It's small, but it's still chip damage. And it's important. Now, let's talk about the counter hit launcher. So this is my staple combo when I use this. So it's... Okay. So this is my staple launcher when I do this. And then I will do my Oki stuff. Now, Dr. Setups shared a combo with someone. So if you want a more optimal combo, then do this. There you go. Now, on the wall, and it's linear like this, go for the same thing, which is the Hypnotist 3+4 as a follow-up. But take note that the enemy will be at back turn. So you kind of need to modify your combo. Kind of. So you can do so many combo routes with this one. So I don't actually add my combos. So that one was a very weak combo. So let's try a more optimal one. That's more optimal. Now take note that even without the counter hit, this will become a wall splat. So you can do the same thing. There you go. So if you want to break a hard wall break, then you could go for hip 2 or your hip 4. That one was hip 2. There you go. Now I actually use this sometimes as a form of Oki, and I'll show you why. So for example, I'll just do a simple combo. Now, after the heat burst, there's a strict timing for this one. I go for ff4, and if the enemy kind of wakes up, then I will be at hip 2. If I wait a little bit, then I will have a 3-step hip 3. There you go. If I want to, then I can just go for the hip 2, and then I'll just go for the heat dash. And do my combos as usual. So that's another way on how to use that. Take note that on whiff, this will not put you in the hypnotist stance, and you have a very long recovery frame, so you are very much launch punishable in this way. So if your enemy ducks it, then you will be in serious trouble. So that's it for the Xiaoyu Nanigans Plus, and I hope that I explained these two moves well to you and you will actually use them in a match. And I hope that me upgrading the Xiaoyu Nanigans to Xiaoyu Nanigans Plus will actually make sense and will help you more. with your Xiaoyu gameplay. So thank you and see you in the next episode. Bye.